It's the Daily Dog.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Doug. I am glad that you're with us today. Today I have a short rant for you, and it's not about politics. You're welcome. Today's rant is on copyright, music copyright specifically. Y'all, copyright in the 21st century, in the digital age, is getting really, really messy and frustrating as hell. So I have a quick story for you. As some of you may know, I've been doing some work with Aphoria Music, Aphoria, Aphoria Music. My wife Megan is also involved in helping out with that. And the folks at Aphoria put out a video a couple of days ago that got flagged for copyright violation by a Universal Music Group. And I want to tell you about this particular video. So Aphoria is like a deep listening and meditative listening content channel and content source. I've shared some piano improvisation meditations on their platform before. This particular video that they put out, they went to a website that is run by the American government. This is the National Park series, so Yellowstone National Park specifically, and there is a directory of recordings of ambient sounds, streams, rain, thunder, bird calls, sounds from Yellowstone National Park that specifically are provided via their website for people to listen to use. Specifically, they are public use recordings. So the folks at Aphoria took a recording of rain and thunder, like a rainstorm, and they mixed in a little bit of wind sounds. They also took some of the bird sounds from the same Yellowstone site and mixed that all together and put that out. And the image that they used for the video on their YouTube channel also came from a free site for like stock footage. It's like open source, people sharing like, hey, this is a picture I took or a small video that I took. It is free to use for you. So here is audio that was publicly available and marked for free to use, public domain, with an image that was marked free to use, public domain. They put it together, they put it on YouTube. YouTube didn't care, actually, in this moment. YouTube was fine. They put a minute-long clip of it on their Instagram channel. And immediately, like within seconds, they get a note. Your video has been taken down because of copyright violations. The owner of this content is Universal Music Group. And it was like banned in 190 something countries. And we're like, what? There was so file a dispute, and they're like, no, you can't put that on Instagram. We own that. We're like, oh, you own sounds of rain and thunder and birds that's available via the United States National Park Service? You're crazy. It's just increasingly difficult. I work in church music, and especially during COVID, a lot of churches have had to resort to offering their music services via Zoom or live stream or pre-recorded, that sort of thing. And I have heard horror story after horror story from friends of mine that have, for instance, one particular friend who works at a church in New York recorded a a lovely a Bach prelude for their particular service to start. And the entire service gets pre-recorded and they put it out on their YouTube channel, and YouTube took it down. They took down the entire video, which means that the people in their congregation didn't know what was going on for a while, because they claimed that there was a copyright violation, that they were using a recording of a Bach prelude that somebody else had already owns, and they weren't allowed to do that. Well, classical music is written as a chart that people recreate as close as they can, adding their own flair, obviously, but it's supposed to sound similar, y'all, right? If one orchestra plays Beethoven 7 and another orchestra also plays Beethoven 7, they should sound relatively the same, or at least sound like the same piece. Like, oh yeah, that's what that piece is. That's how classical music works. And this whole copyright business, especially these artificial intelligence algorithms that are on the hunt for copyright violations, I guess it's good that it protects content creators, but there's a long way to go with just helping musicians trying to figure out how to share their art in a way that doesn't violate someone else's ability to make their own living, but that also realizes that, yeah, we're all making art here, and the stuff that some of these bots are doing online is just way over the top. Let's put it that way. I did a Cooking with Dr. Doug video back in the early days of the pandemic, and I was just making a potato casserole, but I had an Eagles song playing in the background, and of course Don Henley is just crazy about protecting his copyright. He doesn't want anybody to hear his music. So my video got taken down off of YouTube. I spent 15 minutes editing that, and even more time recording it and putting it out, and that, so it wasn't that big a deal, but come on, who cares, right? Did having Desperado in the background of a cooking video violate Don Henley and the Eagles' ability to make money on their music? My response is no, but it's a problem, and I am hopeful that the conversation can continue, and that the folks in Congress can start to make some headway as to help us with this problem. There are other more pressing problems, I realize that, but as a musician, the whole online copyright thing is a problem. And I commiserate with my fellow musicians about it, and here's hoping that we can make it better. So good luck, all you musicians out there traversing the artificial intelligence bots, and we will see you next time on The Daily Doug.